So now that we know how to output some text, let's output some math. In this video, I will be showing you how to store variables. So let's begin with the most common, int. Int means integer, which means number. These can only be whole numbers. So let's give it variable number, and let's assign this the value of 40. So as an example, semicolon to end this function. Remember that to end it. So now that we have int number, we want to display it. So let's do count from the last tutorial. And now for this you don't put int our number. The int is only there to say that what kind of variable are you hoping to make. So you don't put that. You only put the variable. And let's put that. But this is absolutely wrong. You don't put quotations around a variable. Otherwise, I'll think you want to say number, not the actual thing. I mean, the actual variable assigned thing. So now we have count number. Now we have to put end L. And now let's save it as a new file. Let's save it as math.cpp. For remember, C++ file extension. Now let's compile and run. Now as you can see, it displays 40. Now you're wondering, how can it display 40 if it is no quotation saying 40? This is because sorry. This is because the 40 comes about when we display number here. The number is remember a variable which if it's called for, it displays what is being held in it. So in this case, number is holding 40. So when we output number, we are actually outputting what's holding, which is 40. And then we end the line and stuff. Okay, so now that we have the number, the ints taken care of, we want to display decimals. But if you try to display a decimal and an int, let's say 9, and compile. You'll get an error because ints can only store whole numbers. But say you wanted to output a decimal. Well, there's two things you can do. But for now, we're only going to do one. It's called a float. This means you're going to use a floating point number, which means you can use decimals. So we're going to assign decimal as the variable for float. Because it makes sense, I guess. So we're going to assign this to 31.6 semicolon. Now you want to display the float. Same way. You'll do count decimal and L. Every time you make changes, you have to compile it over again so the compiler can show the changes. That's why I'm compiling every time. So now it says 31.6 as the thing. So now we have the ints, floats. Now we want to do characters. The characters are like this. Wait, sorry. Are like this, or like this, or like this. Well, like this. So we want to call for character. We use char, which stands for character. So I put char, um, lemon, for some reason. And then we want to assign this to open, what's it called? What's it called? Apostrophe, I guess. F apostrophe semicolon. Now out to lemon and L. So now we want to display the F. Let's compile. And now we see F. Now that we have all this down, we would like to do some math as our favorite subject. Not mine. Okay, we can delete the characters. So now say we want to add the int and a float. Well, what we want to do is delete one of them, and in the first line put the first one plus decimal, and this will mean add 40 to 31.6. So let's compile. I hate compiling. It just takes up forever. And now, as you can see, we have 71.6 because we added the 40 to 31. So I hope you have a basic understanding of the math. So let's go over this. Well, let's change this to math first. And demonstrating math in C++. Include the input output standard library. You're calling for the int main function. So we declared the integer. We called the variable number, and we assigned it to 40. Then we called a floating point number, and then we named a decimal, and then we assigned it to 31.6. So we wanted to add them together, so all we did was console output number 40 plus decimal 31.6, and then end the line. But we could also do this, like number added to decimal equals, let's just put the sign, it makes more sense, to number equals number plus 31 and 9. So we can save this, and what just happened? Oh, we still had it up. Compile, I hate compiling. Please Pile. And now you can see number 40 plus 31.6 decimal equals number plus decimal. So now we have a basic understanding of math in C++, easy as can be. And these tutorials are helping you, please comment, like, subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and thank you very much.